In the afternoon, we really want to talk about products, which is the core of BerryEn. Everything we do is based on products. And for the last 5 years, we have developed like 8 different gel supplements, a bar, some drinks, and skincare. And a week ago, actually 2 weeks ago, at our 5th anniversary event in South Germany, we introduced something very new, very special, things you see here. We call it the food component system, a totally new approach for us to look into products, and maybe a new approach for some of you as well. So, we introduce your personal whole food, and this is called the BerryEn food component system. And when we can dim the light a little bit, we're going to show you a video that you will find also on the website, that you get a first idea what this is all about. system. I hope you got the idea by just watching the video. We have tried to look into real food, and when we mean real food, we mean whole food like nature made it. Not a single product without, or other words, not a single product that includes any agent, any sweetener, any crystal sugar, anything. It's just pure nature. That's very, very important to say. So it's whole organic food. And this is why we said this is our next logical step to go one step beyond the nutritional supplements. It's very important for you to know that we are a certified organic manufacturer. This means we're going through an annual process of certification, inspection, that our factory is working according to the European organic laws, so to say. So it's bio, it's organic, whatever you call it. And besides that, this eliminates all the questions, are there gene manipulated organisms inside or all these kind of things? No, because the organic certifications exclude all these processes, pesticides, not at all. So, and we, of course, do have the specifications for all the ingredients. First of all, and I guess this is the most important thing when it comes to whole food, and it's really mentioned only as an addition, but to me this is the core of whole food. It's called dietary fiber. And dietary fiber is not like dietary fiber. What I mean is, you probably have all known or tasted some shakes, some weight management shakes, some whatever shakes that stay rich in dietary fiber, right? You know that? No? But this is not whole food. This is added fiber from inulin, from all these kind of sources. And this is not comparable with fiber that comes from the whole fruit, from the whole plant. That's a totally different approach. And whole food really supplies you with dietary fiber in all the amounts you need. And you will experience after weeks and months, when you change some eating habits into whole food, that your whole system starts to change. And your whole body starts to change. And you do not need some weight management shakes or things like that to lose some weight. If you look into nutrition and fiber and whole food, your body will change, I can guarantee. So, let's look into our organic whole food concept. And let me share a little bit about the idea and about the product categories we have. We have, at the moment, 6 different categories. A grain category full of whole grains, grains you probably not heard of before. Gluten-free, glutinous. We have nuts, seeds, fruits, berries, all categorized in 6 different categories. And the idea is to grab a category you like and create your own mixture with other foods you have in-house or with other components. So create your own personalized whole food program. We have the grain component, and all or every grain component we have is mixed with 3 different ingredients, 3 different whole grains. For example, we have a organic plant puffed from quinoa, buckwheat, and natural rice, and this is gluten-free. Another one, for example, is puffed with honey. It's the only component we've sweetened a little bit by a honey coating, and this is glutinous or gluten. It contains gluten, but with an ancient sort of wheat that is lower in gluten than the industrialized, we all know. And it's much more nutrients inside, protein, trace minerals, all these things. In all those things you find proteins, minerals, vitamins. So you just decide which flavor you like, how much of it, and you can be sure that you have so many varieties of nutrients, fibers in your daily diet. We have a nut and seed component, and nuts and seeds, as we all know, are very important because seeds incorporate everything that creates life. A seed is something where new life is born. A seed, if you plant a seed into the soil and you care about it, something new will appear, right? So seeds contain all the information, all the nutrients and enzymes we really need. And so we have combinations that are really high in omega-3, plant-derived omega-3. For example, the component with hemp seed and flax seed is the highest omega-3 you can get from food. And again, with seeds and nuts, it's important. They are not treated, they are raw. It's raw food, it's not roasted, it's not salted, it's not treated, it's like nature made it, so everything is inside, and we can have really fancy creations out of that. You can have some seeds sprinkled over the salad, you can put them in your own pesto if you roast them a little bit, or you can make milk out of nuts, which we can show you later. So many things you can do you maybe never heard of before. I want to talk a little bit about hemp nuts or hemp seeds. Hemp seeds, hemp nuts, it's from the fruit, so it's the fruit of the hemp plant actually, has been used for centuries for the poor people, because the plant provides you all the nutrients we need on a daily basis. It's full of vitamins, it's full of minerals, it's full of dietary fiber, and it has the most valuable protein you can imagine. So it's really rich in protein with all the amino acids you need. And you could just live with hemp seed for weeks without lack of any nutrient. It's so rich. And it has a lot of omega-3, which we also need. And hemp is getting more and more interesting, again, for vegan people, for people who want to eat plant-derived food, and also for people who are looking for an alternative for all these dairy, protein, cholesterol, and lactose-rich shakes, weight management shakes, because they're all based on dairy or soy, right? And vegan shakes are very, very special. They are not denatured like the protein shakes, so they are not like 89% protein and some sweeteners and aromas inside. They are pure whole food. Again, this is not 80% protein, it's 50% protein, but with a lot of dietary fiber, with a lot of vitamins from nature, with a lot of minerals, with omega-3 in a protein shake. This is all provided in the nut itself. So, hemp nuts and hemp protein is one of the most valuable plant-derived sources you can imagine. And this is why we have a protein powder that consists of 3 different proteins: hemp protein, almond protein, and sunflower protein. It's absolutely vegan without any additional sweeteners or stuff. You just take the protein powder, you can use it pure, you can mix it with fruits from the fruit components, you can blend your own protein shakes. And you can be sure that you get the right amount of fiber, the right amount of protein, and this will change maybe the way you eat protein on a daily basis. Again, it's a different taste, it's a totally new experience when it comes to taste, but when you're into plant-derived food, when you're into vegan, you will really appreciate it, and a lot of people out there are looking for alternatives when it comes to protein. I mentioned before, no added sugar. So we thought about how to replace sugar, and we created these specialty components. And specialty components are our sugar components, and they are made of organic coconut blossom sugar. And coconut blossom sugar, again, is low glycemic. It comes from the blossom of the coconut, so it's living food. It has a lot of enzymes, minerals, vitamins inside, has a slightly caramel-like taste. And again, it's low glycemic, so it helps for weight management, it's good for athletes, and it's good for your energy level as well. And we put it together with raw cacao or with Ceylon cinnamon or with Madagascar bourbon vanilla to create some really flavorful, low glycemic sugars that you can use to put it in your smoothies, to sweeten your cereals, to use it wherever you like. And the last category is the snack component. Because we thought, how cool would that be to change the snacks a little bit from the cravings we all have for some sweets to some more healthy stuff that delivers antioxidants, that delivers vitamins, good fatty acids, and all these kind of things. So in the gourmet snack component, you will find some blends that are really healthy, like activated nuts. For those who don't know that, this means nuts that have been soaked into water for 24 hours and then dehydrated within 2 days in low temperatures so that it stays raw food. And then all the enzymes and minerals really come into play, because normally a nut is in a sleeping state and we have to activate the nut to get really the good nutrients in the body, which you cannot get that much with nuts that are not activated. It's a little bit complicated, but you will find brochures in the next coming weeks where everything is explained and everything that you can read through to get an idea. And we want to show you a snack component now that is made of coconut chips that are roasted with raw cane sugar and cacao beans. Raw cacao beans, who has tried raw cacao beans before? Raw cacao beans, I'm not talking about chocolate. Raw cacao beans, how do they taste? Bitter, right? They're not sweet, they are bitter. Raw cacao is really bitter. When you taste this the first time, you're shocked maybe, or maybe you like it. But you can be sure it has the highest antioxidant of all food we know on this planet. So it's really powerful to protect your cells. And since the bitter taste is not for everyone at the beginning, you get used to it sooner or later. We mixed it with this sweetened, raw cane sugar sweetened coconut chips. And you get the sweetness from the coconut chips, you get the bitterness of the cacao beans, and you have a snack you will get addictive. I promise. And we're going to let you try here. And please do me a favor, you can do whatever in the future, what you want, but try this together. Not the cacao bean alone, try the whole thing together, that you get this taste explosion on your palate, what we need. Because the cacao bean, if you don't know, is just bitter. So please try it together and feel the experience in your mouth. That's just fantastic. So maybe that's a way to look into snacking differently in the future. I mean, if you have that on your table at home and you can have guests and they try it, maybe they ask you, where can I get it? Maybe not. But this is a new approach of snacking. It can taste good, and it can be healthy, it can be organic, and it can be whole food, right? We see ourselves as a company that produces high quality food and supplements and drinks and beverages, and on the other hand, uses network marketing as a paid-out instrument. That's all. And network marketing is the best and honest way, when done right, to get all of you a share of the company in the way how hard you work. It depends on how hard you want to go. Of course, it's work. But we see ourselves as manufacturer for good quality, and you should see the network marketing system as your share of the success of the company. Network marketing for us is not, for us, it's not brainwashing people or making some chaka-chaka table dancing scenarios. Close the doors because we have some magical stuff which we need to hide from the public. No, we are open, we are transparent, we talk about real life, real food, and want to give you a share of the company. And this is our philosophy from day one. We said it always, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. We're going to say it in 10 years. Because this is our philosophy, and we will never change this philosophy. We want to do an honest way, and give people around the world a share of what we have in mind. And if you like this idea, you're very much welcome to look into BerryEn.